Okay, so when I was a kid, I needed money. BMX bikes were not cheap. I mean, the average bike was at least $250, and that's just a baseline bike, and then you got to upgrade it. And I just didn't have that kind of money to roll around, so I started working when I was 14 years old. I worked for a carpet cleaner. I would go into office buildings and clean carpet. I also worked at the grocery store bagging groceries, and then I moved up and started stocking shelves. I worked at the bike shop, obviously, as a biker. I mean, it was a natural fit. I had a paper route, all these different things to make money. And what I learned from all those things is you can spend a lot of time working an hourly rate and not making much, or you can get skills at certain things and increase your pay per hour and spend a lot less time working and make a lot more money. With the invention of eBay, I mean, you could actually go out and take stuff that was in your basement and turn around and sell it for top dollar if it was something of value. Now, all of us have hobbies and skills that we're interested in. When I was a kid, I was huge into BMX. So today, I know what BMX bikes from the 80s are worth money. And that's a very rare skill, because unless you were around in that time, you probably don't know by looking at a frame what frame that is. And I can tell just by looking at it. For example, I was riding down in my car through Hamilton one day, which is an area close to where I live, and I was driving through, and this guy cut in front of me, and I almost hit him. He had no brakes on his bike. He just swerved right in front of me, and I saw his frame, and I instantly knew, hey, that's a 1984 GT Pro Freestyle. And the thing is, the Pro Freestyle and the World Tour, both the same frame. The components determined if it was a World Tour bike or a Pro Freestyle bike. And I knew as soon as I looked at it exactly what it was, just because I've been around BMX long enough. And you probably have something that you're really skilled at and know a lot about, and that is where your niche is. If you can take that knowledge and find the things that match up to your knowledge, you can make money off of that. So for instance, I saw this guy on this bike. So I turned down the street that he turned down, rode up to him, rolled my window, and I said, hey, you want to sell that bike? He looked, are you crazy? I said, I'll give you 20 bucks right now for that bike. And he was like, 30. All right. I pulled out $30 and handed it to him, and he rode off. Now, mind you, this is a 1984 GT. So to him, the bike was worth $15 maybe, because it was just a cheap old bike. To me, I knew it was a chrome Pro Freestyle Tour, and I knew it would be worth quite a bit of money on eBay. So I got it, took it home. I did an oxalic acid bath on it, which is where you dip it in what's the name of that stuff? Barkeeper's Friend. You pour that in water, dip the whole frame in it, let it sit for a couple days, and it eats the rust right off the chrome. And this bike looked great when I was done with it. I put it on eBay, and it sold for almost $200 in a week. And that's where you can make money off of something that I knew that other people wouldn't know, but I knew what that bike was as soon as I saw it. The forks were, you know, they went out below, and most people don't know unless they know that bike, but I knew it as soon as I saw it. All the other components that he had on there were cheap throwaway parts, but the frame and fork were the legit bike. So learning from what you know is something where you can make money off of it. And everybody has hobbies, everybody has stuff that they're into, and those things can make you money if you're willing to do a little bit of work and pay attention to what's going on around you. I mean, that bike went right in front of me and about hit me over the head, but if I hadn't pulled over and asked him, I wouldn't have gotten it. And if I hadn't gotten it, then it wouldn't be a story. So it's what life throws at you, and how you learn to make money off of that is where you can actually make cash that you can use for other things that you're interested in. So thanks for watching Trails of Doom.